Good day, everyone. How's it going today? Fair warning, I've had some tea, and you know what my tea does to me. So this is kind of like another episode of Tipsy Tea Time with your shamans.
It's not affected me yet. I just got here. We're good.
So today is going to be a very special video. This is not a live like we normally do on Facebook. This is actually just for YouTube and for people to be kind of sort of watching us and tuning in. So like, share, subscribe. You can join our Patreon, and I guess we should get going with this. So Cheryl, what are we doing today?
Well, we wanted to talk a little bit about some shadow self, and basically what that means to me is a part of or aspect of yourself that maybe you don't recognize, or it can also be a part of yourself that you want to look into to find aspects things that maybe you've done in your past, or things you don't like in your personality that you shoved down deep inside and haven't paid attention to since. But guess what? It's still down in there festering. And it also could be maybe people trigger you for a specific thing. And that might be one of your shadows because they're doing something that you recognize in yourself. So that will trigger you. So that's what shadow work kind of means to me, or your shadow self. What does that mean? Shadow kind of...
So shadow to me is the things that we really bottle up. There are things in our lives that we have to deal with. You know, life is just a constant line of triggers and reactions, if you ask me. And so some of those could be like painful memories, situations, like toxic relationships. And these things just keep coming, and they go, and they go on, and they go on, and they go on, until you decide to fix it. True. Now, nobody else can fix it for you. There's a reason why it's called, work, because it is work. So we are working on our shadow selves today, and we will be doing just a little bit of cards to give us a base point of who exactly needs help today. So yeah, we'll be doing that. What?
And when I started doing the work on my shadow, I really didn't even know what I was getting into. And let me tell you, it's not for the faint of heart. It'll bring up some emotions, which are okay. You need to bring up whatever emotions. You need to find that specific thing, take it out, show the light, make friends with it, whatever you got to do, deal with it, so that you can work through it and go on. We don't want to bring it out so you wallow in it and stay there. We want you to bring a specific shadow up, observe it, and do whatever you need to do to deal with it and work through it. And this is going to better your life. And it's something that I did it intensely for almost 2 years, but it's something I do on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. And it's just keep going through it and better yourself and to feel more comfortable with yourself.
I fast forwarded my experience. So mine was in a period of 4 to 6 months. And basically what I did was I went shamanically in and I relived everything to deal with it. And that's very dangerous. There are people that do that, and it can get very dangerous for you. It can get very dangerous for your psyche and the world around you. Some people have literally gone insane because of it.
I wouldn't recommend that way.
No.
But another way to deal with it is if you find something. I'll give you an example. One of mine was my own insecurity, so I'd bring it up. And one of my things to do when I realized how insecure I was, I brought it forward, and I decided to do a mantra every day. I am worthy, I'm beautiful inside and out. Whatever I need to say to myself on a regular basis so that I could to get rid of that insecurity. And that's just one little example. There's many different ways to do the work, but the first part is to go in and to kind of see and look around inside yourself and to find it. And one of the ways to do this, I like to use some of my oracle cards right here. What happened to that thing? There we go. This one, screen went dead. This one here, Magical Dimensions. It's really nice oracle cards. There's another one. Well, there's a whole bunch of them. I'll just show you a couple that I have. This one is Isis. And basically, if you go through and you pick out a card and think about, okay, you know, what do I need to work on? Find that, whoops, look, see, jumped right out. Find an oracle card. And then, well, this one's just manifestation. I'm giving the example, but then you go in and prosperity, fortune, and intuition. You just kind of think about what that means to you. And that will bring up some thoughts and ideas about what you need to work on for your shadow. That's just one method of using it. He also has...
So, mine is called the Dark Mirror. And it is specifically for working with your shadow self. Because it actually internalizes a lot of things that a lot of people have issues with. And using this, you can kind of sort of pinpoint one of the things that you are having issues with. Now, it doesn't always give you the answers you want. It gives you the answers you need. And you have to be working with this sorts of stuff. You have to be very open-minded. You can't be resistant to it. Because it will keep coming through in your life until you deal with it. For me, I'm an SA or a sexual assault victim. Myself, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, but you're a guy. Guys don't get that." No, it happens. And that was one of the things during my shadow work that I had to overcome. Like, personally for me, I had to overcome trusting other people. And I have worked with that and became actually quite trustworthy and still have some issues with it every once in a while. But you just go in and you have to accept that these things did happen. You know, and although, you know, some people in this world are completely moronic and animalistic, you have to understand that that wasn't your fault. And that you have to acknowledge that, hey, you know, even though there might not have been something you could have done to prevent it, it gives you an opportunity to actually look forward in life and help those around you.
And also forgive yourself for what you did or didn't do back then. You only had the information you had at that time. So if you go back and forgive yourself and that person, that does not mean forget. There's a difference. You forgive and make peace with it.
Yeah. Forgiving and forgetting are two different things.
Right, exactly. So once you start digging around in that shadow, you can find little things, you can find big things, you just don't know. That's why it's ongoing. Also, for me, it's ongoing. And if you don't resolve these shadow aspects, it's just like he was saying, it's just going to come up in your life over and over again in a different form, in a different way. It's like the universe's way of just keep bringing it around until it'll say, are you going to deal with it now? Are you ready to deal with this now?
So, I picked up a card, and it's called Envious Gluttony. So, it's all about looking at other people's lives around you. And something tells me that this is a message, so I'm also pulling in spirit here. This is a message to those who feel like their life is crumbling, but they are not planning on, like, you're not doing anything about it. You're just blaming the other people in this world for your unhappiness, which, I'm sorry, is wrong. Only you can change that. The best way in order to deal with that is notice that your neighbor's grass isn't greener because you're not even looking at them. So, what'd you get with that?
This is root portal, but it's basically like your root chakra. Vitality, stability, survival, and fear. So, maybe with this envious thing, you have a little bit of fear. You don't feel like you're stable, so you're looking outside yourself, trying to grasp what somebody else has.
Yeah. You can't live somebody else's life. You can only live your life. That's what I was getting. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So yeah, this is another kind of thing that we work with here.
Yeah, you could also, like he said, he went in through almost like a shamanic way and went through into portals and dealt with, like, relived his past, or you can call it past life regression, more like.
I guess it wasn't. It's not so much like a past life regression. It's more of just, instead of having those memories that you block out, because there are things that you block out, you let it flow through you, because you notice that it's the past. It's not something you can change. It's only something that you can learn through. And basically what I did with it was I let the memories of all my embarrassments, all of my fears, all of my traumas, and I basically stepped back into younger me and dealt with them like they were happening in a present moment. Yeah. Which is a rough way to do it.
That's a little hard way to do it.
That's the hardest way to do it. But I'm not an easy person.
Another way, you guys, I know, because people talk about your shadow and different work and stuff, and they don't give you ways how. Another way also is journaling or writing down your deepest, darkest thing on a piece of paper and lighting on fire and letting it go, or art, or there's so many different ways you can do this. And the point of it all basically is to bring it out, look at it, work through it, get past it.
Know that holding on to that no longer serves you.
Right. Exactly. You pulled addictions.
I did. So addictions is usually a pleading or a that kind of goes through with that.
Mm-hmm. Addiction to me, and this is what I'm getting from that card anyways, it's almost like a self-abuse. Like, you don't feel you're worthy to do whatever, so you just kind of keep doing this thing to your body to
yeah, it's a self-punishment. You're right.
That's the words I was looking for.
You're a glutton for punishment.
Right. You don't feel worthy. Almost. This is what the picture looks like. I mean, it just feels like he's defeated. He doesn't feel worthy. So he's just falling into addictions to either punish himself and then / make himself feel better at the same time.
But I also think that some of it is to numb it.
Right.
Like,
self-medicating.
You're abusing yourself in order to numb the abuse that you've endured, which is sadistic, correct?
Well, yes,
sadistic, masochistic.
It happens a lot because people don't know how else to deal with all these conflicts and these shadow aspects.
I feel like one of these could be getting blackout drunk every weekend.
That's one form of it.
Or
There's
cutting.
Lots of forms. Yep.
Cutting. That's what I get.
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, that's why I said self-abuse or cutting.
Trigger warning, by the way.
Yes.
Probably should have said this at the beginning.
Oops. Yeah, there's a lot. Your shadow aspects are going to trigger you. Even in our talks might trigger you. So, sorry, but not sorry. I mean, that's just part of life. And I got soul retrieval. This is off my Isis one. Look how beautiful that is. You want to go in and find pieces of your soul and retrieve them and heal them. And that's what Thomas was talking about earlier. That's part of the aspects. And there's many different ways to do that. But you see how the cards, any of your oracle cards, you can read more into them. Not just the basic, what the word says and go exactly by the book. You want to think, you want to delve in deeper and figure out what this card is meaning for you and for your healing work.
So, another thing, sorry, I was just kind of like staring off into space and I heard this. When you go through trauma, it splits your soul into pieces. It splits you into pieces.
True.
Your soul is fractured and, you might leave a piece with them. So that's why the soul retrieval process might be quite beneficial to you, is because you are now choosing to fix yourself by taking back what you have given others.
What We like to use, especially I do too, in our healing practice, we like to use the Shamanic Journey to go back in and to find these little pieces and then get and claim them back and put them back with your energy. So they're no longer left out in the past with these traumatic experiences. You're going back and you're reclaiming your power and you're putting it back into yourself.
That also leaves a tie to that person. Like, it leaves this bond, this cord from you to this person because they have a piece of your energy left. And as long as they have that, they're constantly going to have hold over you. So that's where the cord cutting from last time came around.
Right. All this is connected. All the spiritual work that we like to do and other people also, it is connected.
So yeah.
So you can just take whatever bits and pieces from all sorts of your spiritual practices, no matter what your modality, and you can use these to heal yourself.
Let's see.
That's what I like to do anyways with them.
Yeah.
Besides, it's just cool and fun.
No, this
like
is a true healing. Like, it's a very therapeutic. A lot of people with PTSD or anxiety, that's another good one. Depression. You know, they would come to us and they would do that shamanic journey, and that, I don't want to say it's a cure-all, but it can definitely push them past what a lot of regular stuff can do.
Yeah, give you a step up, a step forward. Another piece in your puzzle is clicked in.
They just like...
Speaking of your shadow, I'm looking at your shadow over there.
My solar-powered Halloween decoration. My sassy shadow.
Is it coming over?
You just looking at the birds. Oh, my sassy shadow. Mwah. Say hello. He's like, yeah, not so much. I'm out of it. Wait. No, I'm out of here. This one. I had this earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
Peaceful among thorns. The world is rough. Is it not?
Yes, it is.
But we have to find peace in ourselves in order to actually go forth and live it. We can't keep getting caught up in the brambles of life.
Obsession.
Can't obsess over it either.
Ooh, that's an interesting looking one.
It's gorgeous. These are all very gorgeous cards, and I would highly suggest them to anyone that's going through their and working with their shadow self. Ooh, Parasite. So, Parasite is all about,
Not focusing.
well, quite literally, someone being parasitic in your life. Someone being toxic, having a toxic relationship. Parasite. So somebody's leeching off of your success. Somebody's leeching off of your emotions. Somebody's... Basically, they're taking everything from you. I like this one. So the temple of my body. So there's some interesting cards. These are very elvish, if you ask me. So for those who study lore, I would say that this one is making sure that you are okay in your life. Making sure that you need to spend some time for you.
Mm-hmm.
Eat well.
Which, if you're starting to do some of this shadow, and looking at your shadow self, trust me, you're going to need some self-care. You're going to need some time soaking in a bathtub or longer showers or
go to the spa,
nature
massage.
walks, walk out in the nature, sit out amongst the flowers. It's springtime in most part of the world.
Sit in the sun where
and
you
it's
can.
nice. Enjoy it. Sit by the water. Water is very tranquil.
A lot of people I've noticed are saying take take showers, take long baths, immerse yourself in water. As a matter of fact, I was just watching Lori Ladd's channel, and she said that, and that was actually a message from Mary Magdalene. It's like
in the Pleiades. What's she
in
do
the
with
Pleiades? Yeah.
Okay.
Which the Pleiades, or the Seven Sisters, were supposed to be an elite civilization all on their own, almost kind of galactic, alien kind of energy. So if you like the Seven Sisters or you like the stars, you might be one too. What was that card that you just picked up?
Sorry, I was playing around.
Is it? No?
Nope, it was in the middle. You ain't gonna find it.
I don't know why that one caught my eye.
Hold on. It's the throat chakra. Yeah, you can't find it again when you want to. That's how that works.
Because of course not. That would be way too easy.
Yeah. No.
No.
It's okay.
Guess it must not have been. That one just caught my eye.
But anyways.
Ooh, I like that
That
one.
one's nice too. Crown Portal. Divinity, Unity, and Separation. Gotta show it to you since I pulled it. It's very pretty. Doesn't want to focus on the cards though. Oh well. Trying to get to focus on the words. So basically, unless you got something else to add, we're just trying to give you a highlight and an idea of where to start in the process of this work.
Yeah. So we will be doing in-person classes at some point in time. We will be doing the shamanic healings and stuff like that. So yeah, this is kind of just for, public service announcement. Hey, this is what you should be dealing with now. So yeah, absolutely. Do you have anything to add?
Nope, that's about it.
Okay then.
Get started. Do that work, people.
It's springtime. It's now time to chase away the darkness. So we just got through the spring equinox, Ostera, first day of spring. It's when the light overtakes the dark. So now it is time, in order to bust out of old habits, do some spring cleaning, clean up your energy, clean up your body, clean up your workspace, clean up everything. Start fresh, rebirth, renew. Like a phoenix coming from the ashes, we will survive. But yeah, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and unless you have anything else to say?
Nope.
No?
We'll wrap it up.
Okay. Well, this is Tipsy Tea Time with your shamans. Have a blessed day and happy healing.